This is our league, and this is your league. From the 55-yard line on CFL America Radio and the Sports History Network.
Stand by, 15 seconds to air. Stand by all cameras and videotape.
Ready with your opening graphics. Stand by, Howard. Here we come, Frank. Ready, Don.
Stand by audio, your opening music, and roll tape.
Take tape.
It's my pleasure to introduce Coach Bill Cowher.
When I first got hired, I remember the first thing I said was, if I last 3 years, I'll be able to go back to my 20th class reunion as the head coach of the professional team of the city I grew up in.
Bill Cowher grew up 10 minutes from Pittsburgh's Three Rivers Stadium. He watched Chuck Noll's Steelers win 4 Super Bowl titles in the 70s. And in 1992, Cowher took over for the Hall of Fame coach.
You know, I just wanted to survive, more or less. I think the fear of failure was probably more motivating than worrying about who I was succeeding or what was ahead of me.
But the only thing that's relevant is that we get this football team to winning football games and giving ourselves an opportunity to win a championship.
Yeah! Yeah! Cowher was an instant success.
Good job!
He became an icon in his hometown. Over the next 15 years, he was the face and the voice of the Steelers.
I'll tell you what, when you put your minds to it, there isn't anybody in this league who can beat you.
Don't worry about anything outside of this room. It's nothing about those guys outside of this room. It's the team that we have in here.
There's a lot of guts in here, man. That was a gutsy effort and a lot of heart in this football team.
None of Cowher's players had more heart than Jerome Bettis. The running back came to the Steelers in 1996. Over the next decade, he became one of the NFL's all-time leading rushers and was as beloved in Pittsburgh as his head coach.
The bus goes 43 Express.
You know what? We're going to keep your ass here for a while, too.
Hey, I got to. You got to keep me. I want to retire here, Coach.
I want you to retire.
Yeah.
You know what? This is your city.
Oh, man, no doubt.
You know what? You're my guy.
You know, I know how baseball managers feel when they go to the mound and they know they're handed to a guy that you know, we just won ourselves another game because I know that you're going to close this. He was our closer.
The give is to the bus. He breaks a tackle. He's at the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown. Game over. Jerome Bettis.
The Steelers played throwback football in a town that refused to let go of the past.
In my career there, we brought out the old teams 2 or 3 times. to the games and had farewells for them. They won't let it go. You know what I mean? And I'm just thinking like, man, what do we have to ever do to stop living in the 70s? It was great what they did, but I always knew as a player, until we win a championship, we'll never have our own identity.
But in the biggest games, Cowher's teams always fell short.
The Bronco defense has done it again. Pass is picked up and open field. Here comes Larry Brown to the 15. He's to the 10, and he's knocked out of bounds.
Year after year, Pittsburgh's championship dreams turned into nightmares.
Drew Bledsoe had threw a little out route, and I had a chance to make an interception. I actually hit the ball with one hand and knocked it back into my chest and dropped it. If I catch that ball, I walk into the end zone. And I remember not being able to live with myself after that. I'm talking about just crying. When you got the... I was doing all that for like hours, all the way home, and I couldn't live with myself. And I said, if I ever had this opportunity again, I'm gonna seize the moment.
That was my drive. That's what kept me coming back year after year after year. I wanted to win.
As close as we had gotten so many times, I think I became more obsessed with that, and the support that I was able to receive down through the losing years.
We're seeing a lot of it, okay.
Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
By 2004, Cowher had coached a dozen seasons, and he and his wife Kay had raised 3 daughters in his hometown. 2004 would be his best regular season yet.
That season was it was one of those special seasons. You have a young quarterback that comes in, and all of a sudden you just start reeling off games. And next thing you know, you're 15-1, and you got home field advantage. Here we are back again, playing the same team we had lost to a couple years earlier.
But for the 4th time, Cowher's Steelers lost the AFC Championship game at home.
He's picked off, and look out, he's going up the sideline.
The Patriots have laid a whooping on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
The loss was especially painful for Bettis, who had never played in the Super Bowl and was expected to retire.
My career kind of flashed in front of me, and tears came down my eyes.
At his lowest moment, the revered veteran was consoled by a rookie.
And Ben tells me that, he was so sorry that we lost and give him one more year and he would get me to the Super Bowl. And I'm saying to myself, yeah, okay, it's a rookie. He's being emotional now.
The next day was even more emotional when Bettis addressed the team.
I just wanted to thank everybody, and it wasn't a dry eye in there, including myself. I mean, I was balling.
I remember just the whole room just started crying like it was a funeral.
Did he tell you that this may be his last go-around?
No, I mean, he didn't say it, but you put it all on the line, and it's just disappointing I wanted to win more for him more than anything, because he deserves to be a champion.
The next season, Super Bowl 40 would be played in Detroit, Bettis' hometown.
These guys go to the Super Bowl, and it's in Detroit, and I'm not there. I would kill myself.
This would be a story that would be written forever if we could end the story like it's supposed to be ended.
All that being said, I decided to come back and give it one more shot, and let's see what happens.
In 2005, 33-year-old Jerome Bettis was making one final run at a championship, but his season was sidetracked before it began.
Preseason game in Washington, I just took a step and it felt like I got hit with a bat in the back of my leg. And I'm saying to myself, you know what? Your days are numbered.
The calf injury sidelined Bettis for the first month of the season. With veteran Deuce Staley also injured, the opening day starter was a second-year back named Willie Parker.
He had a great mentor because every time Jerome wasn't in there, he was standing right behind Willie and making sure Willie was looking at a play and he was critiquing him.
Right before the game, he kind of pulled me to the side, told me, hey, keep an eye on me, stay with me. And that was the only part where I was like, okay, relax, I got you.
Hey, you just play and breathe, man. Right. Just breathe. Just nice and relaxed.
Willie was a guy, if you ever watched him in the preseason, he wouldn't breathe when he ran. And I said, you got to start breathing because, I mean, you can't have him hyperventilating. He's the only back we had.
In his first career start, the undrafted Parker rushed for 161 yards. He would remain the starter for the rest of the season.
Willie, you all right? You better get your wind. Are you breathing while you're out there?
Yeah, I'm breathing.
As long as you're breathing, you're okay. Just don't be hyperventilating on me.
Gotcha, baby.
Parker and second-year quarterback Ben Roethlisberger were now two of the main weapons in Pittsburgh's offense. Behind their young stars, the Steelers began the season 3-1. But in a Monday night win at San Diego, Roethlisberger suffered what appeared to be a serious knee injury.
You think like, come on, Ben, not now. Not right when we're about to go on our run. You can't be hurt.
The young quarterback would miss 4 of the next 6 games. In Week 6, Tommy Maddox replaced Roethlisberger and endured a nightmarish afternoon against Jacksonville.
Maddox goes to the near sideline, it's intercepted, and the Bluebirds are out at Heinz Field.
In overtime, the Steelers were in field goal range, and a now healthy Bettis was ready to resume his role as closer.
This is the time when they call on me to go in and kind of close and seal the deal, but they don't put me in. And I'm upset because I'm saying to myself, this is the reason that I'm here. And if you're not going to put me in at this point, then what's the reason in even having me? The first play, they give it to Willie, and he fumbles it. He recovers it. They still don't put me in, and so I'm looking around like, okay.
Oh, he lost the ball himself. It's on the field. The Jaguars have recovered it. Oh, Tommy Maddox just lost the handle on the ball.
On the Steelers' next possession, they lost the game.
Throws a pass, intercepted going the other way. And the game is over.
We lost a game that we should have won. I am irate.
At mid-season, the Steelers were 5-2, but filled with uncertainty and facing 3 more weeks without their starting quarterback.
We knew we needed Ben in order to win. And with him being down, we knew we were in trouble.
Everybody grew up with a guy that you never liked, you know what I mean? And you had this guy on the other side that you just been hating your whole life, and you have an opportunity to hit this dude. He don't see you coming, and you get to really get him. You know what I mean? You've been waiting to get him. This is just, it'll make your day if you just catch him this one time. That's how I like it to be when I'm playing football. I just want to be the same guy every time, the villain.
The best bad guy you ever knew. Best bad guy they ever knew.
Few players have relished the role of villain like Joey Porter.
You can't go out there and play a football game where you're happy about playing them and you want to be buddy-buddy. And if you're buddy-buddy on the football field, you're never going to give your best.
I don't care what you do when it's over. When you go that turnpike, you're going home losing.
I don't know who gets upset about that. I don't know who made it seem like it's bad sportsmanship, to tell the truth.
The truth about Porter is surprising.
Joey Porter is a good guy. He's the emotional leader of our football team, bar none. There's no question about that.
They got to kill me to get me off the field. And I know if we win this game, we're right back where we want to be. All right. We ride.
He loves the game.
You can compare these other guys to me and say, I like him because he doesn't talk and Joey talks too much. But at the end of the day, you'd love to have a Joey Porter on your team. I know you would.
With their quarterback mending from knee surgery, Porter and the defense carried the Steelers through the middle of the season.
He's back. They chase him. They hit him. Oh, ball's loose. Pittsburgh picks it up. There goes Troy Polamalu. He's got a blocker, and he is going to go all the way for the Pittsburgh touchdown.
Wins against Green Bay and Cleveland raised their record to 7-2. The Steelers were finding ways to win, no matter who was throwing passes.
Maddox pitches it out. We've got a reverse. Coming around the near side with the football, throwing a pass down the field. Wide open is Hines Ward. He's got it for the Pittsburgh touchdown.
But their good fortune ended in Baltimore.
Throws it. The pass will be kicked in the air by Hines Ward, and it's intercepted. I've seen a lot of football. I've never seen a play like that.
Next up were the undefeated and seemingly unstoppable Indianapolis Colts.
Manning on 1st and 10 from his own 20.
The Steelers were no match for Peyton Manning's high-flying offense.
He goes into it. He's got it to 40, 30, 20, cuts inside, 10, 5, touchdown, 80 yards.
Ben Roethlisberger's return did not go well.
We played the worst game you could possibly play. At the end of that game, though, Coach Cowher brings everybody up and he just says that, hey, you know what? We hope we get a chance to see these guys one more time. If we do, it'll be a different story.
A rematch was no sure thing. A week later, the upstart Bengals came to Pittsburgh, and with the AFC North Division title at stake, the Steelers could not stop the Cincinnati offense.
Defense had to take that one. You know, we blame that game on defense. For us to play like that at home was just embarrassing.
Even more embarrassing was watching their division rivals celebrate at Heinz Field. The Steelers had lost 3 straight games. At 7-5, their season was suddenly in jeopardy.
Nobody thought that this was possible. So nobody really thought about what happened if we lose this game. Personally, I'm saying to myself, I can't believe I came back for this.
December in Pittsburgh. Cold, harsh, and stark. Just like the reality facing the 7-5 Steelers.
We can't afford to lose another game, and we got the best defense in football on their way in town. This is not good.
After 3 straight losses, Bill Cowher spent the week rebuilding his team's psyche.
I remember it like yesterday. We're having our first meeting. Coach Cowher comes in. The whole board is wiped clean. The only game you have on there is Chicago.
One game. It's a one-game season.
One game. This is the only game on our schedule. What you want to do?
You know, when you lose 3 games, you start to wonder why, and people are starting to look around. But I didn't want them looking around at other players. I wanted them to look at themselves.
And he says, I want everyone to grade themselves in the Cincinnati game. I want every single guy to write down plus or minus for every play that you're in.
I've never seen him this late in the season call people out like this. But it's what we needed. It's exactly what we needed.
The Steelers were about to embark on a mission that had never been accomplished. They needed to win all 4 remaining games just to make the playoffs as the AFC's 6th and final team. And no 6th seed had ever reached the Super Bowl. So Cowher gave his team a history lesson.
You know, if Christopher Columbus, if he was out there and listened to all these people say, the world's flat, if you go, you're just going to drop off. Don't do it. Well, if you listen to what people tell you all the time, then he would never have done that.
He's not the smartest guy as far as when it comes to history and stuff like that. He totally crushed Christopher Columbus' whole story.
No, my history is fine. I mean, it's just we had some history, you know, majors in the room.
Everybody started laughing. He was like, well, you know what I mean.
And yes, I said that he came American. Troy said, no, Coach, it was the West Indies that he discovered. And I said, whoa, listen to my story. I'm not worrying about where he landed, but the fact is he trusted it. People may tell us not to do this, that we can't do this, but we can do it. He did it.
Every improbable journey begins somewhere, and the Pittsburgh Steelers had the perfect means of transportation for the start of theirs.
Field got ugly, so by the second half, Coach Cowher said, you know, hey, I need you to go in there and pound away, and I'm a mutter.
When I looked back at him and I say, Jerome, it's time. He knew it was time for, you're going to get the ball.
Ride the bus. Ride him.
The bus is loose. He's on the run. Oh, he got tripped and he's still there. 50, 40. He's at the Bears' 35-yard line. Look at the bus. What I say? Run the bus. He got his snow tires on. That's the bus.
Old-fashioned Jerome Bettis type football. I mean, straight ahead at you, running you over. That's Jerome Bettis.
The final 100-yard game of Jerome Bettis' career carried the Steelers to victory.
The bus drives, and the bus gets to the goal line. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Jerome Bettis.
I think the team really rallied, and we felt that we were on to something after that game.
I'm telling you right now, your best is good enough.
Roethlisberger out with a shotgun, steps up, he's rolling out to the left, and he runs away from Pat Williams. Touchdown!
He's going to throw it. Blitz again, and he's hitting the balls loose.
Joey Porter's 3 sacks in Cleveland led the Steelers to their 3rd straight win. Bettis' 3 touchdowns in his final home game made it 4 in a row.
The bus has the trifecta, and the place goes crazy.
Fans kept chanting, one more year, one more year.
The Steelers were happy to have him for one more game. They had clinched the 6th seed in the AFC playoffs.
It was time to pay back all the teams that beat us. First rematch game was Cincinnati.
The night before the Cincinnati game, Coach Cowher, he said, I want to show you something.
What'd I tell you before the game?
And he showed a clip, Hushmanzada really being disrespectful.
When he did that in our tunnel, it struck a nerve with every player on our team. I mean, it made Coach Cowher mad.
That was my pregame talk.
The bad blood only got worse when the game began.
Kimo von Oelhoff coming off a block, rolls into the left leg of Carson Palmer. And you know, Kimo is not a dirty player.
He is not.
You never want someone to have to leave a game like that. You never wish that on your worst enemy.
Anybody knows Kimo knew that wasn't on purpose. He was the first guy that was trying to help him. And at the same time, we're trying to make sure that this guy's all right. Their coaches pointing the finger at Kimo and saying he did it on purpose. You know, I just was about to have a little sympathy for you. But if you go take it there, I don't care if he's hurt or not. So, and let's go. Palmer's done. I hope you don't think Kitna's going to win the game for you. I was the bad guy once again. I laughed at the sorrows.
After falling behind 17-7, the Steelers scored 24 straight points and turned the grudge match into a laugher.
They snap it to Antoine Randall. He's going to throw it back to Ben. Ben on the left side. He's going to throw it downfield, a man wide open. And we've got a Pittsburgh Steelers touchdown. Wow. That's Cedric Wilson. Whoa. What a great executed play by the Steelers.
Hey, that's what you call going for the jugular. You get a team down, and now you look down at the Bengals sideline and nothing.
I say who day, you say we day. Who day? We day. Who day? We day. Who day? We day. Who they think gonna beat them Bengals? We day.
7 weeks after being humiliated by the Colts, the Steelers returned to face the Super Bowl favorites again.
And we might have lost a physical battle that day when we played them the first time, but we didn't really feel like they was the most physical team. So I'm going to tell you how I really feel.
And I'm thinking that's not the thing to be saying. I mean, that's the last thing you want to say to them. But he did, and we had to live with it.
Hey, I said, all right, guys, don't say anything. I said, Ben was great on Wednesday, and then they got the paper Thursday. Joey, why?
But me saying that, I'm not only challenging their team, I'm challenging our team to come and step up and have my back with me. I knew we would smash them.
The Steelers didn't exactly smash the Colts.
The turn of the give, up play action fake, and floating the pass down the field for Heath Miller. He's got it.
They beat them at their own game.
Here's the shotgun snap. Ben with time fires it. It is caught. First down, still on his feet. High score.
Pittsburgh came out throwing and stunned the Colts with 2 first-quarter touchdowns.
The Steelers have a double-digit lead.
For 3.5 quarters, they controlled the game. With less than 6 minutes to play, an interception by Troy Polamalu appeared to seal the upset.
And he fires a pass. Intercepted. It's intercepted and dropped by Troy Polamalu, but he had it. And then he fumbled it. And then he recovered. And I do believe, yes, the Pittsburgh Steelers have the football.
But what looked like the end was far from it. The Colts challenged the play, setting in motion one of the wildest finishes in NFL history.
I had a sense that this was going to get overruled. That's why I tried to kind of pull everybody in.
That's just play. No matter what happens, regardless of what happens, we move on and we play. You got it? Just play.
After reviewing the play, the defender caught the ball, lost it prior to getting his knee off the ground. Therefore, it is an incomplete pass.
He overruled it. I do not believe this.
I couldn't believe it. I said, they're going to cheat on national TV in front of everybody.
The Colts scored 4 plays later and added a 2-point conversion. In the final minutes, the Colts got the ball back deep in their own territory with a chance to win the game.
I'm so mad that I can't even talk. You got to picture me on the film, mouth just shut. I just could not wait till the next play.
Joey levels it.
That's what I'm talking about.
The 12-yard line.
It's 4th down, and this is the ball game, fellas. Got to go after it.
Here's the blitz. Joey Porter gets it.
Yeah,
down he
that's
goes.
The game, baby.
And the ball game is Pittsburgh.
We are off to Denver.
Joey Porter's back-to-back sacks again appeared to ensure a Steelers victory.
And I remember yelling, cheat that, cheat that.
Press on the cheat! Cheat that!
And right when I thought it was over, it really wasn't.
As I walk out on the field, I say to myself, hold on to the ball, score a touchdown.
There were 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th, and the closer was in the game.
Here's the give to Jerome. He has it down. The ball is
Bubba, he picked it up. Oh, my gosh.
Nick Harper has it. He's running. And Big Ben can't. He tackles him at the 43-yard line.
Oh, bleep, bleep, bleep. I get the ball. Now I see the linebacker there, and I tell myself, well, let me try to get skinny. It's funny to say that because I'm not getting too skinny.
And that ball popped out and had the perfect bounce.
I know that we have goal line people out there. We don't have any speed on the field. And so all of a sudden, next thing I know is I see Ben.
Ben knew exactly what he had to do. He took off running backwards first.
I don't think I thought about it at the time, but when you look at the play, it was a remarkable tackle. It really was.
He made an incredible tackle that saved our season.
The game is not over. Cancel the reservations to Denver.
I cannot believe this. I cannot. When I get to the sideline, you know, I say to myself, I mean, everybody's watching me. So let me hold my head up. It's a heavy head. I really want to hold it down low, but I managed to keep my head up, and I'm saying to myself, I can't believe this. I cannot believe this. How could you fumble the ball at that moment?
Okay, here we are, less than 2 minutes, and, you know, we got to stop him.
Peyton takes it. The Colts stay in there. Peyton looks, throws one down the middle. Reggie's got it to 40, down to the 36-yard line.
I said to myself, if this is the way my career is supposed to end, then so be it. So I started to smile. I'm saying to myself, okay, I can deal with this.
And now the field goal unit is on with 21 seconds left.
This is still a pretty long field goal. So I called timeout, and actually, if you ever see it, when I called timeout, he kind of pointed at me. Like, yeah, you're trying to ice me? And I just went, yeah, I mean, what else am I going to do?
Cocky Vanderjagt, he mushed himself with that. I mean, he jinxed himself.
He's not missed a field goal at home in the playoffs in 6 tries. Vanderjagt's kick is on its way. That kick is long enough, and it's
Call up the travel agent, remake those reservations. We're going to Denver.
And when he kicked that thing and missed it, you know, it was the longest 6 minutes I've ever experienced.
And boy, nobody has got to be happier than Jerome.
You know what I'm saying? He missed it. It was an amazing feeling, and I was drained. This could have been my last play of my career.
The night before, we had talked about this ship that we're on, and that each stop became a little bit of a storm.
You never wavered. Just like we talked about last night, that's a little storm, man, a little blip on the radar, man. And I told you the last time we were in this locker room, we wanted a chance to come back here. And I liked our chances then. And I really like our chances today.
Before 2005, Bill Cowher had never won a road playoff game. Now he was trying to win his 3rd straight.
That night before the championship game, because we had been there so many times, I thought it was important for some players to get up and speak about what it would mean to them to win a championship.
I asked the team to just do 2 things for me. One was to give 110%. The second thing I need from you guys is take me home.
back is Jake. Pocket collapses, loose ball. Pittsburgh has it.
Joey Porter with another huge play.
After years of disappointment in home championship games, the Steelers played near flawless football in Denver.
Throws for the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! Credit Big Ben. He's playing it like a virtuoso.
The Steelers set an NFL record with their 9th road win of the season. Their long journey had reached its destination.
Ben's in for the touchdown, and there's the coup de grace.
It was like, I cannot believe this. I'm gonna finally play in the Super Bowl.
Finally going to the Super Bowl. This is what it feels like. I've never had this feeling before. I've always been on the bad side of this feeling, and that, you know, it feels pretty good. When we got into the playoffs, every win, Ben would give me the game ball. And he would say, here, I got you one step closer. After the Indianapolis game, he gave me the ball. He said, hey, this is 2. I got 2 more for you. And then after the Denver game, he gave me the ball. He says, hey, I promised you I would get you there.
What a performance by this band of road warriors. Mission accomplished, and it's on to Detroit.
We get ready to go to Detroit. So we go to the hangar where the plane is for us to take off, and I look over and I see these guys with these green jerseys on. I look over, I see Joey pulling some things out of a big bag. It's my Notre Dame green jersey. So I go over and I say, man, what you doing? And he said, you know, this is our tribute to you.
Think about it, I mean. Your whole team showing you respect to where they're all wearing your jersey. You can't put a price tag on stuff like that.
Troy Polamalu, being that he was a USC guy, he said, hey, I just want to let you know I'm doing this for you.
From the moment he arrived, Jerome Bettis was the guest of honor in his hometown.
Good to be home. I want to present this key to our city to Mr. Jerome Bettis.
As the week went on, the spotlight shifted to Joey Porter and his war of words with Seattle's Jeremy Stevens.
They're looking for a fight. I've been ready for the fight.
We get to practice, and he goes, I don't think you're going to be real happy with me. I said, no, what did you do? And he said, well, and he started telling me about what Jeremy Stevens had said, and this is what he said, and I said, oh, gosh.
If he's going to say how he really feel, I might as well tell you how I really feel.
How do you really feel about that?
I think he's soft. Joey, Jeremy. Why should you have to come into a Super Bowl and lie and praise the team you're about to go against? And knowing if they beat me, I'm going to be boo-hooing like a little baby after the game. I don't want that. I done cried already too many times. I want to tell the truth. I want to whoop y'all ass. I can't stand y'all. This is the truth how I feel. You know, I can't wait till we play. Y'all not about to take this out of my mouth. No, y'all not. I taste it, and y'all not getting it. You never know when you're going to have another opportunity to play in the Super Bowl.
We know it's official this time.
Exactly.
It's been a pleasure and an honor, okay?
It's real.
Love you to death.
Love you to death, baby.
Let's have a big one, okay? Last
all
one,
right.
let's go all
Hey,
time.
let's finish up strong.
As a kid, watching Super Bowl all my life, you always wanted to have your one moment of time to shine when they call your name out. And I already knew at this point in time they don't do it like that no more. They call out the whole team. And I tell Coach Carroll, I say, Coach, Super Bowl, we're going to let Jerome run out by himself first.
So as we got down to the base of the tunnel, Joey told me, you go out there. He said, you give him everything you got. He said, we'll be right behind you. And I was just like, wow.
I'm going to go about the 30-yard line.
It's a moment that I will never forget. Joey, he gets a lot of bonus points in my book for that.
This is it! This is it! Right here, right now! It's our turn! It's our turn! We've been waiting long enough!
Pittsburgh was attempting to become the first team in history to win 3 road playoff games and then win the Super Bowl. The Steelers held the NFL's highest scoring offense to a season-low 10 points.
Intercepted at the 6, and the Steelers play takeaway.
In the third quarter, they began to run away from Seattle.
And they hand it to Willie Parker. Finds a lane. He's on his way. Look out. Foot race 45-50. Touchdown! Willie Parker, a Super Bowl record 75-yard scoring run.
In the fourth quarter, the Steelers produced an even bigger play.
They pitch it to the left, and now here's the handoff on a reverse to Antoine Randall. He's going to throw it down the field. Here's a man open. Touchdown, Pittsburgh!
When you come into the Super Bowl, baby, you better come with the full arsenal, and that's what the Steelers doing offensively.
Hey, baby, hey, That's big, man. That's big, baby. That's big, boy.
Protecting a lead in the final minutes, Bill Cowher called on his closer one last time.
I don't care how many yards you get, but I want you to hold on to the ball.
I will.
All right, you promise me?
I promise you.
I'm not going to go 6 tight.
Jerome Bettis helped grind out the first downs that sealed a championship.
This your last stop. I don't know what it is, man. Yeah. I love working with you, dog. Thank you, man. You made me what I am, which ain't much, but you helped me, dog, and that's on the real. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, Aiden. I love you, man. The game is over. The Pittsburgh Steelers did it the hard way.
I turned around and remember seeing Megan and then Lauren. I'll never forget Lauren's word and says, "Daddy, we're world champions," and that was special. You know, I mean, that's, you know, it's just it's very special, and you know, because those 4 girls, they've been through a lot of losses, and you know, that was a special moment.
On the count of 2, let's give a big high five. Everybody know. 1, 2, 3.
It's like you chase something for so long that it becomes a part of you is the chase. And I'm not used to catching anything. So it was different. I didn't know how to act.
I don't know when it's going to hit me, but it's like surreal right now. I've been waiting a long time to do this. Mr. Rudy, this is yours, man.
Bill Cowher finally had delivered the Steelers' 5th Super Bowl trophy. And Ben Roethlisberger delivered a 4th game ball to Jerome Bettis.
And he told me, here, this is the 4th ball that I promised you. It's yours.
I got you 4 of them.
This is the last one. I love you. I love you, I love you, man. You promised, man. You came through, man. You're a champion, baby. Thank you for everything, boss. You hear me?
It was special because he came through on a promise that he made a year earlier.
I love you, boss. Thank you for everything you've done for me.
No problem. I love you.
I'm like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. We didn't won the Super Bowl, man.
I love you, boy. I love the league champs of the world, boy. You hear me? Of the world, please.
I mean, we've done it like nobody ever done it before. I mean, we rewrote the history books all the way.
World champions, baby. Don't get no better than this. World champions.
I had mixed emotions of wanting to cry and wanting to laugh and wanting to smoke a cigar, and I never kissed that many dudes in my life. But
hey, where is the trophy at? I need it in my hands. Enjoy it.
I had seen so many people hold that trophy.
Coach, it's been an incredible ride. Thank you.
I wanted to know what it felt like, and so to have it in my hand, it's like, oh man. It's heavier than I thought. You know, it's shinier than I thought. And to kiss it, the kiss was like, oh. My wife will kill me, but it was one of the best kisses I've ever had.
I played this game to win a championship. I'm a champion, and I think the bus is, the last stop is here in Detroit.
To win the Super Bowl in your hometown and to retire on the podium, it's like a Hollywood script that would get thrown in the trash because you say, you know what, that could never happen.
I know you guys are going to make a movie of it. I mean, it's only right. Have me in it. I don't have to play my exact part. I can play a different part. I got to be in that movie because that's a perfect story.
It was a story that was years in the making, but for the Pittsburgh Steelers, one that was worth the wait.